Try it out. Everything's about trial and error. Trial and error. It's a bit of a new one. Okay, so welcome along. This is our FFP live show. It's a daily show that I'm still developing, and as you can see here on YouTube, we are testing out a walk and talk where I'm down at Kite Beach, or Nisnas Beach I should say, and literally while I'm walking we're going to talk about what happened over the weekend, the different events that took place. World Strongman competition on Sunday, the Abu Dhabi Gran Fondo 2025, 120 kilometers I should say, from Al to Abu Dhabi. There's quite a lot of events going on, and there's still events going on this weekend, so like the World Festival is another one. But before I do that, as I said, I am just testing this, so I'm just going to double check and everything is going on. So if we go on to here, view on the channel, I'm actually checking this. It might be a bit hard to see. So on this side I'm going to have me, on the other side I'm going to have the World Tour video playing at the same time, just for something new and different. And I'm just double checking. Oh yes, look at this, it's working. This is what you do in live stream, you test, and test again. So I want to make sure that the volume comes through cleanly, that the video and audio comes through cleanly. So if you have any comments, any questions, throw them into the comments section and I can see them there on the live. So I'm going to monitor it at the same time. Okay, so this is something we're doing for 2026. Every Monday we're going to do a wrap up of the weekend, and I'm building a contributor team that will go to the different events. They'll talk about the different events that happened or what happened there, the details, the results, the people. They'll get interviews, right? That's the whole point of FFP, it's real-time media. That's why we're doing a live right now. And later on, like you'll see all live coverage of different events. And it's all going to be on the FFP Sports channel. So FFP channels will be our information, FFP Sports will be our coverage. So it'll be live matches, it'll be interviews or things that go on like that. So remember to keep an eye on for that. Yeah. Just on that note, so you can see down below here is FFP Travels. That is our social media tag on everything, like literally everything. So if you think about any social media platform, just go FFP Travels and you can find it on there. For those ones that are more interested in the tech side, just quickly, I'm using a YOLO box, I'm using an Osmo, and that's pretty much as simple as it gets. Plug one into the other and then have all these graphics over the top. So there you go. So straight into it, we're going to talk about this weekend, what happened. It was a busy weekend, not as busy as the last few weeks. Obviously we're coming towards Christmas right now. Let me just hold on, I'm going to double check on this here too. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. We're coming towards Christmas and there's still things going on here in the UAE, and that's what I love about this place. It doesn't matter what time of the year it is, there is things going on and you can be a part of that always. So yeah. I just think it's one of the best things about the UAE. It's why I'm based here. So let's get into it. DP World ILT20 is taking place. It started on December 2nd. It's going all the way through to January the 4th. Now the team I'm backing is Dubai Vipers, okay? And they were doing exceptional. They were winning all their matches. They won their first 6, and then all of a sudden, they talk about momentum into playoffs. Well, they lost their first one against the Knights, then they won the next, and then they've lost another one. Emirates beat them. And going into the playoffs, it's not what you want momentum. On the other hand, Golf Giants, they were doing so well, and they've lost their last 4 though. So they were in a great position for the playoffs moving into that, and then all of a sudden they've just dropped off with four matches. So it's become really interesting there in the DP World ILT20. And there's also Emirates who have started this progression towards what could be a title push. Now they are the defending champions, so they know it's not about the first game, it's about that last game. That's the one you want to win. So they're peaking at the right time leading into the playoffs. So if you haven't had a chance, make sure you go along to one of these cricket matches. It's in Sharjah at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium, it's in Abu Dhabi at Abu Dhabi Sports Hub or Cricket International Stadium, and it's at Dubai International Cricket Stadium as well. Today I believe it's the Knights taking on the Warriors, I believe. So just go to DP World ILT20 and you'll be able to see that full schedule there. Some other interesting events that happened over the weekend. Down in Abu Dhabi, it seems to be the place to be this week, where it has the wind up, or had the conclusion of the World Schools Festivals, where different teams from around the world descended onto Abu Dhabi, and they competed against other schools from other parts of the world. So we had a couple of local representations. We had a barbarians representation. Then we had a team from Zimbabwe. Where else are we having from? I believe South Africa with Paul Roos, English TCS, New Zealand, St Kennington's, and that was the rugby side. And it all came to conclusion with the rugby side. St Kennington's, they won the rugby, and they beat Paul Roos in the final. But they had the Open, the Trophy, the Sevens as well. So I want everyone to know about that one, because it's such a great event, and it feels like we want more people to be involved, especially youth, giving youth opportunities to showcase their talents in a sporting arena. And the place to do that is the Abu Dhabi World School Festival. It takes place every year around this time. So that concluded on Saturday. So if you were down there, let us know what you enjoyed most. If you're playing or participating, share your experience on FFP and let people know why they should get involved in 2026. Okay, so that was a really cool thing that happened. They had the Forsan Family Marathon. That took place on Sunday morning around 7 AM. And if you're not sure about Forsan, and the reason I'm going to mention it is because Forsan is actually a very cool place. Now, it's been there for a few years now. I mean, probably about 10 years. And they've got a wakeboard park. They have a go-karting track, basketball, volleyball. They have paintball. They have pistol shooting. They have a showground for horse jumping. They have an indoor paddle space as well as an outdoor paddle space. So it's quite a cool facility, and it's just sitting there, and for me it feels like it's underutilized. So anyway, they had the family marathon, and it was just for people to come down, get involved, and participate in a 10K stroll, walk, jog, or run. Now the cool thing about this run was that it started and finished on the track. So they got a go-kart track there. If you go to our Instagram, FFB Travels, you'll be able to see the track. I did a couple of shots showing what was going on, and just kind of gave it a bit of a conclusion type thing there. It was very nice. In the morning, people come along, got active on a Sunday morning, and then brought the kids out, just went for a stroll, woke up, air in their lungs, sun in their eyes, on their skin, and just really enjoyed it. So that's another thing that took place, I should say, on Sunday morning. So check that out online, or visit Al Forsan down in Abu Dhabi, or you can just Google Al Forsan, ALFORSAN. Al Forsan, check them out. Lots to do down there. What's also going on here in Abu Dhabi, like I said, it's a place to be, is the Phygital Games of the future. Now it's a 5-day event from the 18th to the 23rd of December. And so what's been going on is something very unique, and what they're calling the future of sports. Well, definitely a future is there for this type of sport. So Phygital means physical and digital. So they play digitally on the console, and they play physically in person. And over the past 3 days, today's day number 4, they've been competing in drone racing, Dota 2, Robot Wars, Phygital Soccer. So they've actually got, they play soccer on the console. I believe they're playing for about, I think it's 8 minutes. And then they continue the match in person on the football field. They do the same thing with Phygital Basketball. Same thing, play basketball on a 2-on-2 on the court, on the digital world, and then they play it on the physical world as well. So very, very cool. Now, if you cannot make it down to Abu Dhabi, don't worry. You can go to tv.gofuture.games, all right? And you can see in Arabic and English all the different options you got available to you. So they have the different sports, they have the different commentary, they go through analysis, they go through what's happening, what's coming up, and that's happening on their platform. So go check that one out. Really interesting. The finals, quarterfinals, some of the events are happening today, and they've got more finals tomorrow. So a full schedule is there on their platform. Whew, lots going on. All right, so remember, you can always check this out too. So 2026 for us is about real-time media, live media. So just literally what's happening in the moment. So anything you see us post on FFP Travels, we post it directly and immediately. so that you know what's going on. So whether it be the results of a race, whether it be a crash, or whether it be an incident, or whether it be something that's happened during an event, scoring a goal, whatever, then it's going to be shown live on FFP Sports. So the matches, like any kind of sports match, will be shown on FFP Sports. Any kind of updates will be given on FFP Travels and FFP Sports. So FFP Travels is our global, FFP Sports is our local here in the UAE. So very, very cool. In fact, if you are a brand and you want to help support the growth of grassroots sports and sports in the region, you can give us a shout, media@ffptravels.com. Send us an email and we can get you involved, get your brand in front of all these different grassroots sports, all these different athletes, all these different events that are happening throughout the UAE. All right, what else we got? What else we got? Let me check my my notes. Now, I cannot wait until we've got the full team involved, because what that means is I won't have to walk here by myself. That's how you start off, right? I love this whole journey. You start off somewhere and then you grow. Okay, so what else did we have? We had World School Festival, Gran Fondo. So Bike Abu Dhabi hosted, I believe it was the 4th edition of the Gran Fondo 2025. And what this is a 150 kilometer race from Al-Ain to Abu Dhabi. Well, last year it was Abu Dhabi to Al-Ain. Now it's an elite race. In fact, it's the longest race that they have in the UAE. Well, besides the tour. That's the longest single day race. So as far as like open to the public, it's the longest race of the season. Everybody sees it's open for everyone to get involved in. They do have obviously the tour of Sharjah and the tour of the UAE. That's for professionals only. This one is for everyone to get involved. And so they had an elite race, and then they had 3 groups, depending on their time that they could complete this potentially, take off after that. Now I've got to tell you, this is quite a cool event from the fact that there's a lot of teams involved, there's a lot of elite riders, and people that want to push themselves, whether they be elite or whether they've been around the sport for probably under a year, to get involved. So the elite men, they came through, actually elite men and elite women, they came through in 2 hours 57 minutes and 30 seconds. Now Sehi Sido, he was the male winner, but what happened there was a sprint at the end. So basically the group were in a peloton, no one was able to break away, and Sehi, he was able to sprint and push at the end and claim himself the win. Now, his 2 hours 57 and 30 seconds. The female winner, she came through in 2 hours 57 and 42 seconds. So we're talking 12 seconds difference, because still part of that same peloton. All right, and that winner was Nora Jinkasova, and she was again powering through at the end to finish off and sprint up for the women's. Now, I believe, I want to get this right. I believe Dubai Police, they won the teams event. So not only were the individuals going racing for prizes, but there were also teams taking place. So you had an overall team, you had a male team, you had a female team, you had an Emirati rider, male and female, you had youth, you had age groups, you had a lot of prizes given out for a lot of different categories, and that's what makes it a very cool event as well. Now, during the race, the event, we do believe there was a crash, but no one's actually confirmed this. So if you were at the Gran Fondo 2025, let us know, because there's been speculation, but no confirmation about this. So I don't want to speculate. I wanted to let you know that it was more of we've been told, because what happened normally is that the groups, even though there's elite, intermediate, beginner, and different things like that, they're usually pretty close. And at the finish line, there was separation between them. Okay, so let us know what you know about that side of things. So yeah, it's a busy weekend. Asics had a release of their new shoe going out. That happened on Sunday morning as well. So if you were there, let us know about that. What else we got going on? It was a big weekend, and those are the main. Dubai Strongman, the World Strongman Championship 2025. That's right. So you saw this on our Instagram as well. I was down there. They had 2 events, and they had some elite lifters. We're talking strong lads. And this took place down at Kickers in Dubai Sports City. What they had was, event number 1 was a series of disciplines. So they had to start and then finish. Fastest time kind of wins in a way, but they had to do 3 repetitions of these disciplines. Discipline number 1 was a log lift, and this log weighed 150 kilos. I mean, trying to deadlift that is near impossible, but these guys were pressing over their head 3 times. Then they had to go on to a deadlift, 250 kilos, and do 3 repetitions. They had to do then a single arm press. Now they had a dumbbell, but it was like two plates of because they had to get, like, they're so heavy, right? And so that was a 70 kg dumbbell doing a single arm overhead press. And then they had to do a bag over the bar, and that was 140 kilos, the weight of this bag. So we're talking nearly twice the weight of myself. Huge amount of weight. So check that out on Instagram as well. So that was event number 1. Event number 2 consisted of a different 3 disciplines. So first of all, they had to do a yoke carry, and they didn't tell me how much the yoke was. I believe it was 250 kilos as well. The yoke was 250 kilos. They do a short 15-meter carry. Then they had to do a farmer's walk, or you could call it a suitcase carry, and they had to do it with 280 kilos. No, hold on, I'm trying to work out the weights again. They had to do 110 kilos in each arm. So they were literally carrying 220 kilos, just like a suitcase you would, going to the airport, and they did that 15 meters, and then they finished off with what's known as a pig flip. It's a round box, and this one weighs 300 kilos, and they had to flip that 15 meters. Now the winning time was actually 48 seconds, which is just phenomenal. It's just super fast. The Russian lad, and I've forgotten his name off the top of my head, so again, head to our Instagram. This is something I need to work on with my notes, isn't it? Make sure I've got all the information correct. That's not good of me. But yeah, it was amazing. Like, to see the strength that these guys have was absolutely phenomenal. So very cool event. But this is the whole point of FFP, is to try and find out more information, to let people know what things are going on here in the UAE. All right, to give you information about what happened at these events, and then to keep you updated. Now, I said, like, I'm basically doing this by myself, but we've got a few people getting on board now, which is amazing. So thank you to those guys. Thank you for getting involved and helping what's going to be an awesome 2026. I think it was all. Yeah. So just 2 things to make sure of is that Phygital Games of the Future, that's taking place over in Abu Dhabi at the Adniek Exhibition Centre. So make sure you head on down there, check out our emailer. I'll post it on our group as well, and you're able to get a discount code to get 50% off entry into there. And also coming up is the Hood to Coast, where FFP's got its own team inside that race, and that's happening on January 10th. So if you want to join us for that event, we're going to have a little competition, and that starts on Wednesdays. Okay, so make sure you go to FFP Travels on social media, on Instagram, and you can follow us there, get all the notifications, what's going on and what's happening. So yeah, so hope you're having a beautiful day. Hope you're going to have a beautiful Christmas, and thank you for tuning in. Leave your comments. What would you like us to go look at next, go find? If you have an event coming up, let us know about it. We'd love to know about your event that's happening, and we'd love to come and cover it and let people know as well. So from myself, have a Merry Christmas. If I don't see you before then, take care, stay fit, stay active.